So, ladies and gentlemen, the CIXM panel for Andhra Pradesh had chosen this topic, managing international business in a VUCA world, as the subject for the XM conclave, which we're holding now. VUCA, as Mr. Reddy pointed out, was adopted by the special operations of US military sometime in the late 90s, and it characterized a certain scenario. Now, how many of you watched TV last night? And if you watch Times Now channel particularly. So there is a sudden event which has come about centering on the Deputy Consul General of India, a lady, who's been subjected to something in the US. And what's the consequence of that? Virtually an entire nation seems to be going up in arms or something like that. And a US business delegation, a congressional delegation I'm told, which has come to India, could not meet anybody in India, neither the politicians nor the business people. A sign of disapproval. So this is a sign of VUCA world. Another small sign of VUCA would be that actually in the list of speakers that we have today, Mr. Chandra was supposed to come here for Principal Secretary, Andhra Pradesh government, but he has to answer questions in the assembly, and therefore he can't come today. And why is he not here today? Because the T bill has been introduced into the assembly, and there's going to be a lot of noise around it. So the meaning of VUCA is this. I almost feel that, I was just telling Mr. Ashok Reddy, for those of us who have been in Andhra Pradesh and know Telugu, VUCA almost seems like a Telugu word now for the last 2 years. Okay, the US Army seems to have discovered it in the 90s, and one more gentleman by name Bob Johansson converted it into a management framework. And this is a cartoon which throws something about VUCA. If you look at the top of the cartoon, what's it saying? I got a stock that could really excel. Excel, sell, 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 sell. So today's world is something like that. And you look at what's happening at the bottom, it gets into a madness, and somebody says goodbye, and that becomes bye, 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 bye. So increasing digitization, increasing media, very short attention span, all that I think is contributing to a VUCA world. Anyway, the lesson for all of us is that we are in business, and therefore we face many more challenges. You know, in our business, for example, I am from the paperboards and packaging business of ITC. The first quarter was pretty difficult in terms of what we were doing. I mean, domestic demand was a bit muted. The second quarter seemed to be much better, and the third quarter shows signs of being better. But right now, we have a huge logistics issue. The number of open market trucks which are available for freight carriage apparently have decreased or stable because the truck companies aren't selling more trucks, they aren't getting replaced. Hire purchase and finance companies, for example, have seized some of the trucks because some of the owners are unable to pay their hire purchase. And therefore, we face a huge logistics problem out of Bhadrachalam today. We are running deficit of trucks in order to reach our material to customers. So these are all symptoms of what's happening in the world, and I think VUCA is just a nice catchphrase to show that. Many of us may already have been living in a VUCA world. Only thing now, more of us are living in the same. And in AP, because of the slight deficit in governance, maybe it's all the more apparent. This slide, for example, captures just one day, August 22nd, 2013, this year, and what happened to the rupee. So many of us here would be in IT or in export-import businesses, in pharma and the like. And if the rupee were to fluctuate in a single day in this manner, and you're booking contracts or you're hedging or you're doing forward trading, imagine what position you would have taken during the day, and what could have happened to your business for whatever volume of business that you were doing, either directly or through hedge or forward measures. So I think this slide actually captures VUCA to some degree. So every aspect of business, just like currency or some other aspect, today has much more impacts. And that's what is leading to this increasingly volatile and uncertain framework. The main industries in Andhra Pradesh, okay, we have agribusiness and food industry. Now, if you look at some of the trends in food safety and food security are now important. They weren't important to the same degree. So today, you have a Food Standard Safety Authority of India, and they can actually, and there have been popular restaurants in Hyderabad which have probably been investigated under this act, and service temporarily interrupted. So more regulations to kind of satisfy. Raw materials, all of us have seen that either owing to commodity prices or due to currency, there's been increasing volatility and higher energy costs. Energy costs are important. Most states in India today are power deficit, including Andhra Pradesh, and therefore the energy cost also is becoming a significant component of it. And most industries with heavy energy demand today would be importing coal, for example, in order to run, or have tied up with others and getting energy at much higher prices. All that means higher costs on business. Finance, we all know. Today, the RBI is supposed to announce an interest rate policy, and everybody's informed guess is 25 basis points up. So even as we speak, maybe Mr. Raghuram Rajan is announcing that, and that has a kind of impact which will percolate to all our businesses. Government, there are regulations, some of them are well-minded, some of them cause hindrances. It's on the increase on the whole. The rise of public opinion is very, very important. So today, through Facebook or social media, actually your business can get impacted to a large degree. Pharma and bulk drugs, a very big industry again here in Andhra Pradesh and Hyderabad. So over the last 1 to 2 years, you have seen the issues that Indian companies that run back CCPLA and workout have gone into. The FDA, for example, is now present in India as an operating office, and they have the power to come and inspect your factories and give you strictures which you have to comply with. All that means time to market for new drugs or new formulations is actually increasing, and I'm sure there are many pharma companies here who can share your experience on what it means for the business and what has happened. And your cost of compliance is also going up in terms of business. The drug price control order, the formula got changed, so now it's the average of the first 2-3 drugs or whatnot which determines the price of the drug. So it has a bottom line impact as well as it may have a top line impact as far as the major pharma companies are concerned. Suman, I think you may like to throw some light. The FDI policy has been up and down as far as pharma is concerned, and thanks to FDA and WHO, there's increasingly complex scrutiny. IT and IT-enabled services are also very large out of Hyderabad and AP. It's also a thrust sector. So there is a government policy 2010-15 for the IT business. And as our Chairman Ashok Reddy mentioned, the IT-IR region is being created around Hyderabad. So over 10 years, I think they're supposed to get over $40 billion in terms of investment and probably contribute $50-60 billion in revenue. If you take Andhra Pradesh's state GDP, I think it's around $130 billion. And exports, as in manufactured, would be around 20-25, and services would be another 10 today. So even out of the state GDP, you would find 25% is actually contributed by EXIM trade and services. The India figure is slightly higher. It's above 50% because services are far higher out of Karnataka, Noida, and places like that. And there are other services apart from IT and ITES. So even if you take India as a country, today, products and services trade, including our dependence on gold, gem jewelry, and in terms of fuel and energy on imports, actually contribute totally to 56% of our GDP, both export and import trade, as well as services.